back to another video. And today we're going to play Town and Rapid. Let's play with e4. Alright, we'll start the game now. e5. Let's play knight f3. This is against my student. This is unrated game, of course. Knight f6. Let's see what should play. I think we should play the Ruy López. We are going to attack this knight, and we're going to put pressure on this knight on c6. And e5 pawn is kind of indirectly being attacked by the bishop. Oh, what's that? I'm going to play a3, deflect this knight off. Not necessary, you can just castle in this position and actually blunder the pawn, and I missed it. Wow. Oh, wow. Huh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, that's a blunder, sorry. He has not played chess for months, so I think maybe his pattern recognition has gone weak somewhere. I have no idea. Yeah, I should think. Yeah, that's a decent move. Yeah, let's just play the bishop here and see what's going to happen. All right. Ooh, he takes the pawn, but I'm going to take back with the knight. And now we're threatening a fork on f7. He has to be careful. He must play a very nice defensive resource like knight h6 here. He can also, yeah, that's the only feasible one. Oh, oh, wow, wow. Well, should we go for the so-called fork in this position? Yeah, actually the rook is trapped, so we should definitely go for the fork here. But he can give me a check, but I can definitely block it. Oh man, he blundered the queen. Actually, I also had committed a blunder, now I remember. Yeah. Yeah, king takes. Let's just castle, and develop normally. We have no need to override with the attack right now. I could play queen f3 check, that's alright, but I mean, he's a pretty good player, OTB, especially with the white pieces when he plays d4. He has a very strong repertoire. He plays the Catalan a lot. So when we are going to have the next game as white, it's going to be really instructive. And at this point, it's not been really anything. It's kind of like the miniature one. Queen f3 check is the optimal move in this position. Let's see. What does he do? He can play a lot of moves here. Oh yeah, drags the king back. That's fine. And what should we go here? I think let's go for d4. I mean, just take the control of the whole center, and then try to put the pressure on this knight, and then raise our pawns to crush the king. He can play rook f1, rook f8. Sorry, rook f8. Okay, that's a nice maneuver. I have to say that. Um, I can't play rook e1. That's a pretty restricted move. Let's play c3, so I can play rook e1 finally, and this bishop is going to get attacked with tempo. A good move here would be bishop e7, bishop a5. Yeah, I mean it falls attack to this, so that's why it's just it's just losing tempo. Now I'm restricting his activity of his dog squid bishop. I also have a dog squid bishop, so there's a bit of concern there. Now I think I should go and develop this knight on d2. Or should I develop the bishop? I don't know about it. Let's play knight d2. I like knight d2 because knight d2 we want to prepare a move like knight to e4, and after that we can have a pretty good outpost there. Or like here, he has sent me a message in chat which I have not read. He's a friend, okay. I was looking at this move before. Let's just play queen here. I think that's a fine move. His knight is pinned now, and the second thing here is that I'm attacking the 8-7 pawn. 8-7 pawn, and he can't defend this pawn in any suitable way. The only way of defending it is rook h8, which is inconvenient, and it's gonna be GG. All right. I'm not reading his chat right now because if I read the message in chat, oh wow, wow, lovely. That's a lovely piece of defense, man. I'm really happy you found this move. Let's play knight to e4 here, actually. Complete that maneuver with the knight, and then try to place our bishop and trade off this pair, this bishop. His light squared bishop is pretty cramped. and now he's forced to trade our bishops in this position. We can also give a check, I think. Yeah, and all right. Uh, hmm. He hangs the knight and the bishop, so we're going to take the knight first here, and after that we're going to, yeah, he can take our, he can take, like that. He should have taken with the pawn. Honestly, that's a wrong move by him. Let's give a check, and then we are going to pick up the pawn on the next move. Also threaten his rook. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens right now. That's a little bit of a miniature. I should play blitz. It would be a bit fun, I would say. I mean, he's a very strong player actually when it comes to positional games, but in such tactical games, it's not really his standpoint of view. I'm working with him for an improvement, and now I'm smelling e6, and e6 is going to be a disastrous move because then the defenses of king are just going to be wide open. And let's say, okay, defense. Let's just play our mover. I'm going to play rook here, rook fe1. Could we play there? Let's just take, actually I could have promoted to a queen. I should have pushed that. That's a mistake. A silly little mistake by me. Alright, now I'm going to try to go for rook e7, but he must play rook to d8. Alright, so he's want to putting a bit of pressure there. Actually, I can give up that pawn just for the sake of it. I can give that pawn away. I can just give that pawn away. I am going to be in the mouth of getting mated at this position. It's going to be such a tough position to play through. I am in the mouth of getting mated. Yeah, that's simply the truth. Yeah, you can just see how close I am to get mated here. I can't sack the rook on a6. No, if I sack the rook on a6, king takes e6, rook a7 is not a mate. Oh, wait a minute, rook a7. Then comes the move. Uh, Wait a minute, it's a mate. It's a mate. Rook a6, king takes on a6, rook a7 check, king goes back, and queen delivers a mate. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting sacrifice. I think I've calculated well enough in this position, and I think it's going to be a pretty working sacrifice. It's not going to be really speculative. There we go. Check. And I think it's mate on the next move. Check and mate. GG. One moment here. It's going to analyze it, and it's not going to talk about my brilliancy. Definitely, we're going to go for the rematch here. We are again with the white pieces. Let's play d4 in this position. His own opening against himself. Let's play the queen's gambit. I think he will play either the c6, which I've taught him in the system, or e6. Both are good moves. e6. I'm going to play knight f3. Queen's gambit decline. I love queen's gambit decline structures. It's that's the Rogozin. That's the Rogozin. Wow, brilliant. It's actually pretty decent opening till now. I think. All right, so it's kind of like an exchange Rogozin with isolated pawn structures. Yeah, basically we're just going to get any idle center. I'm gonna send him the lines. I think here he could have played moves like knight f6 and converted it into a Nimzo Indian, but that didn't happen. Correct move here is c6, and he can defend in this position. I think it's a valiant effort by him, but we get a very good open file for a rook. Right, I didn't want that. Right, we're gonna take. I could have played c6. That was not the most accurate way of playing that. You can take here on our pawn, but let's just push. Let's see what happens. You can play 94, which I kind of don't like. The reason I don't like 94 is that, the knight is very ugly looking in this position. And I think we can deliver a check first. Yeah. But he can defend with the bishop, man. Yeah, that's a big problem. If he tries to defend with the bishop, I'm just going to put my bishop in front. Like that. He can take our pawn there, but we can just deliver check. He can take the pawn. I mean, there's definitely the point of taking the pawns there, but he didn't take. Even if we get a traded queen position, I think it's pretty much in our favor. Let's just play c4. And then we're gonna castle, and it's a trade of queen game, so it's gonna be instructive. We are equal in material. Wait a minute, yeah, both of us can castle. I never realized that. This is gonna be a very interesting game. He's actually very good in end games and simplified games, so I think here we are going to see his real merit. And these both of us are very strong in this field, and I think we're going to have a pretty delightful non-queen the game. Yeah, that's a nice maneuver. I think that maneuver does gives us a check there, but uh, I want to try to restrict the movement of this knight. I want to play this one prophylactically, so I play rook e1. I don't want the knight to jump on e2 and deliver an unnecessary check. I would not like that move. All right, knight to b6. The idea is to attack the pawn, but if we play bishop to b2 here, then his knight is not trapped, of course. Wait a minute. Bishop b2, knight b5 is takes, a4 is takes, a2 is takes, here is takes, here is takes. Yeah, this is a pretty sick move. Oh, well, oh, he's knight a4. Ha ha, knight a4. Critical resource. Oh, he defended that. He defended that. Very nice of him, I think. And I think now I'm in a bit of pickle. I told you he's very good in these endgames. Let's just threaten his rook and then we can defend later on. He has to play rook e8. Oh no. Yeah, if he's not turning any fork, let's just take his rook. Why not? And I think then, oh yeah. Let's play rook e to c1 or rook a to c1. Actually, his knight is also hanging, which I didn't saw. Wait a minute, for how much time was the knight even hanging in this position? Let me see. I didn't saw that. All right, now, yeah, this was a discovery. All right. He's threatening to take her, but of course, I'm not such a fool that I would let him take in this position. And let's just play rook a2. Now you will try to play a move like knight to d3, which is a pretty good move. And I'm going to play rook a1 and try to simplify the position. Yeah, my goal is just going to pile up a lot of pressure. He has to play a5 in this position. Pawn to a5 is actually a massively nice resource, but then I have rook to a4, and his knight is going to get deflected. I mean, he has to go, otherwise he would blunder the knight to b6. All right, he's after my pawns, man. But actually, that is defended well enough. If he decides to take it, it's going to be blunder. He shouldn't take. All right, blunders. I don't know why is he blundering. He was playing actually very well. Actually, he was playing in such a style that you would say he's continuously asking me the question there in the position, but now he's not really asking me any kind of question whatsoever. And how would we play in this position? Well, we're going to put the second rook on the seventh rank, and seventh rank is where the clearance starts. Yeah. All right. Oh, right. He's turning a rook, but that blunders the rook. Oh, sorry. The knight. I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. The knight. Alright, he's given him a knight, and now it's ransack time, boys. Yeah. Alright, boys. Let's just ransack his pawns. Oh, nice. Brazilian defense by him. Wait a minute. Let me just sacrifice the knight in this position. I shouldn't pre-move. Or should I pre? Now the king is just wide open. Uh, yeah. Let's just play rook here. And now we're. Oh, wait a minute. It could have been a mate. Sorry. You can like move like king f1. Yeah, that's more like it. Now he's gonna be pushed on. He can play a move like f8 and then give up a pawn. Yeah. Now we're threatening a mate if he doesn't play g8. If he just pushes the pawn, he's gonna get mated. Yeah, that was the thing. Oh, sorry. He could escape. My bad. Let's become a bit more confident. Yeah, I'll just let him take. Yeah, that's a mate. GG. Alright, let's go down. Let's go to the analysis, shall we? Let's have a rematch. The black pieces. Now he's gonna play d4. Let's play the queen's gambit. He's gonna play the queen's gambit. I'm getting the feeling. He's gonna play d4. Yeah, I know his repertoire. He's gonna play the queen's gambit. We're gonna go in a queen's gambit decline. Let's see. Oh my lands. He's gonna play his favorite opening, the Catalan system. This is gonna be fun. We're giving him real chances against the Catalan. This is the closed Catalan, a structure that I have a specific liking for. And let's just go for a Slav triangle kind of structure. I like this, it's a bit safer. And then I'm going to try to reroute the knight for the attack. Knight to c6. Alright. Folks, what should we do here is that we should. Yeah, it's a tough position. I won't say it's not very tough to play. It's a pretty tough position to play. He's such an expert in this, you know, d4 and queen gambit stuff. He's been, I think, I can say he's better than me in this stuff because he's been earning his life bread through this. I'm thinking actually should have consulted the theory. We can just take in this position. We're gonna get double pawns, but yeah, we can hope to get something else in return as in the compensation. And now we would stubbornly defend this pawn. That's how. Oh, no way, no way he's gonna go for an f4 kind of move. I don't believe it. Oh yeah, I thought he hung his pawn. That's not the case. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna read the chat. He's crying, man. All right, what should I do? Actually, it's got me thinking in this game. Oh wow, I may well lose this game. All right, so in a way that it's, yeah, I'm gonna gambit a pawn here. It's not a gambit, but basically, yeah, we're gonna get a trade off queen's gambit. And now he used to take back with the knight. He hasn't blundered a queen or something. He used to just take it back with the knight on d1, but he gets an extremely cramped up setup. That's the point. And we want to play against this Catalanish cramped this humble structure, this very squeamish structure. The point is, if you retain a queen in a Catalan, it's a very good thing. Don't just try to give away your queen. What? Oh, come on, man. Don't you say that you just didn't take the queen. Come on. What is that? You just blundered there, man. Alright, where the hell now is he going to go? I'm just gonna take this pawn here straight away. Yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna play h6. I'm gonna say, alright, either you take, either you leave in this position. He's a pretty strong setup against me right now. Very strong setup. I'm gonna take with the queen, and we are gonna pile up a substantial amount of pressure. F4 is a pretty strong move, but it's as weak as it is. Ism and schism. Their whole masochism. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Any kind of German loan thing. Some kind of Kosiak Germany. Oh. Yeah, we could just take her. Let's take back with a check. You're not gonna get mate soon, but I think yeah, we're in a pretty solid position to play for a mate here. Oh yeah, we can't even sack. I wish I could sacrifice in this position, but that bishop is just so powerful. It doesn't let you sacrifice. Let's play this move. All right. He's just given up a very important asset. That was the Fianchetto bishop. And now I'm going to play b7 and I'm going to quickly look to checkmate him. All right. He's going to force a current position himself in this. Yeah. He has to play Muller. Yep, that's pin now. He can just play this easy defensor. And now he's going to get mated. 22 minutes into the video, actually. I didn't even do any kind of explanation. I just, winged through everything. Not my mistake, actually. Oh, crucial defense against the mate, huh? But I don't care. He's still gonna get. He's not gonna get mated, but. Now we're gonna force him into some kind of complications like that. He has to take. Yeah, those are the kind of complications you want to force your opponent into. And now we're threatening a mate, just like that. GG. I think it's enough of the games. Let's just end the video today. See you guys soon.